So I'm here with Paul Hubert, my colleague from operations, who will run most of the show here. About Amadeus, for the sake of discussion and a bit more technical content, in case you have questions on our business, what we're doing, of course, you're welcome to ask this also. So this is stuff I mentioned already, where we are in and how we interact with this whole industry. The figures, we're going to go a bit more in the details of this whole stuff right now. The journey with Couchbase, I mentioned this.
Do you know how many people are flying every year? Do you have an idea? So it's last year, I think it was 3.3 billion people flew. But there are several modules that are used because for you have between two city pairs, you have the direct flights and the connecting flights. So from San Francisco to New York, you could imagine to go via Tokyo, but it doesn't make sense. So when we compute the graph, the journey, we have to find what makes sense. Okay. So figures again. So where we stand currently, we have to swallow 7 million requests per second. 7 million is a lot. I tell you, it's for even if those are light requests. It's as I said before, you need 100 machines to serve this use case. And now the problematic is that the availability is evolving a lot, and you can see that we have to serve 1 million updates per second. Because the status of the planes, you know, the airlines, they have this revenue management system where they permanently change the price and the price of a given seat, and not even the price is a problem, but is you know, for their revenue management system, they may open this seat to you, but not to someone else, because they have reason to sell it to you or not based on some other criteria. Okay, so the rest is standard figures, 20 billion items, and it's all in memory because that's the only way you can achieve performance. And again, you know, regarding what I said in the beginning, people expect instantaneous answer, and the request at the end has to be fulfilled within less than 1 millisecond. And the only way to achieve this is to put everything in memory. There's no disk or flash technology that is able to sustain this low latency at scale.
This topic is evolving to operate at scale. But what I'm going to do here in this presentation is to present you with a mind map. And a mind map, as we'll see later, is a way to organize our thoughts into specific items so that it's easy for us to think about what needs to be done. So a little bit about myself. I'm currently a senior database architect and data architect at PayPal. PayPal is a very visible internet property. We enable payments. The amount of transaction processing volumes that we push through is amazing. It's in the billions of dollars per year. And I have been working with PayPal for about 5 years now. And most of my working life has always been with Oracle databases on the Unix platform. I've been doing that for about 28 years. It's a very, very long time. I have a passion to write and speak and transfer whatever knowledge that I can. So I'm also an author. As you can see, there are a number of Oracle books out there, which I had a direct hand in. But I also love to mentor speakers and authors, right? So let's look at the challenges that we faced at scale. So we in PayPal are always pushing the limits, and I'm sure a lot of other internet properties are also pushing the limits. But as database infrastructure architects, these are some of the issues that we face here, right? So we came up with a number of solutions on our own. Readout replication using Active Data Guard Oracle technologies, but we are slowly reaching the limits of what we could do there, right? So let me make a little bit of shift and talk about this mind map. So a mind map is a hierarchical diagram that is used to visually organize information, right? It shows the relationships among the pieces, and you can create specific branches and leaves and go to any number of depths by exploring these individual points, right? So the major ideas are connected directly to the central concept, and you can organize them around specific subjects. So I exploded all the leaves in this tree and created all the different vectors on which I need to think about or act on. What are the drivers? Who's driving this change? What is driving this change, right? How do you get to a proof of concept? It's basically look before you leap, right? So once you get down that path, what are the pre-production steps that you need to be prepared for? So getting set before you start. Point number 4 is probably the largest in this, and that is because running a production operation in Couchbase or in other NoSQLs is complex. And the 5th point is tackling the known unknowns.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this session. I'm here to talk to you about how United Airlines is working towards modernizing its flight operations technology. Out of this 87,000 employees, we have a group of mobile workforce, the pilots and the flight unions that form the flight operations division, 10,000 pilots and 25,000 flight attendants. I am Tejal Patel. I work in the IT department for United Airlines, and I serve the needs of the flight operations technology. What we've done in the last year for our more than 10,000 pilots is we've issued each and every pilot an iPad device. So I'm not sure if you've noticed at the airports, pilots walking around, they used to carry a huge manual book. It weighs about 45 pounds. We've taken all of that information and in working very closely with the FAA to get it certified, we've transferred all of that information onto their iPad device. So today, everything is available to them on their iPads by just clicking the search button. They can look up maps, they can look up flight information, any procedures, processes that they need to, as well as their own information about what they are doing in terms of operations. Where are they flying next? What hotel they're going to stay at? We've issued iPhone 6 Plus to over 25,000 flight attendants. Today, you would see these devices in the hands of flight attendants or during the flight when they are either serving snacks to the employees or they're trying to report any malfunction, any seat broken, or any kind of issues that they see on the airplane. This device in their hand gives them a lot of information to make sure that they are serving the customers in the right way. So while we have issued these new devices to pilots and flight attendants, our support staff in the office still uses this if possible. When this team of people work in the NOC, believe me, the last option that they consider is canceling a flight. They'll try every possible option that they can to get a different crew, to get a different plane, to try any possible option that they can before a determination is made that, okay, we want to cancel this flight. And so we went and talked to the users to say, okay, as we design the system, what are your priorities? What do you want? For them, nothing topped their priority list than delivering accurate real-time data. Because now this slide kind of gives you the stack that we have designed for our first phase of our system. Just by a few clicks here and there, they're able to figure out what this flight is, which aircraft that flight was supposed to be on, who are the crew members assigned to the flight, what does this crew member's calendar looks like. If I delay a flight for certain reasons, am I going to violate the crew legality? I cannot. So that brings us to the questions: is why Couchbase for United? And in our checklist, there were certain things that kind of just put Couchbase above everybody else, right?